Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to take a skull and turn it from a yellow, nasty looking color to a bright white like this deer head here. It is a very simple, easy process. I've done a ton of research on it and everybody else seems to have, you got to mix this, mix that, and all these different formulas to do it. But I have found the simplest way to do it just requires one product and get it coated and let it sit for a few hours and rinse it off and you're done. Now this particular deer head, after I was done whitening it, I just took a can of clear coat lacquer and it was a satin finish, and I just gave everything a good coat of lacquer. Now I still haven't attached the jaw bones to it yet. That is something I'm going to do here soon when I mount it to the wall. But overall, I'm very pleased with how this turned out. It looks sharp and it's nice and white like I want it to be. So here's the product that I use. It's called Salon 40. I've shopped around trying to find the cheapest place to buy this, and not a whole lot of places I found sold it, but I'll put a link in the description down below for you. This bottle is only like $6, $7, $8 maybe. And this is enough to do several deer heads. I mean, you'd probably do 10 to 15 deer heads with just one bottle. So all we're gonna do is take a paintbrush. So I've got this nifty paintbrush here. And we're just gonna paint the head of the deer. And you're gonna be careful. You wanna get right up to the rack, but you do not want to get it on the rack at all, or it will bleach the rack. So you're just going to liberally, that's a tough word to say, paint this on everywhere, get every little nook and cranny. All right, next we're going to grab the jaws and we're going to do the same thing. Just throw it on. The jaws are really easy to do. All right, now that we've got everything painted with the Salon 40, we're just going to let this sit here, and I'll come back in about an hour, and I'm going to just kind of brush over everything one more time. So any spot that's dried up, I can lay a new coat down and get it good and thick on here. And we'll do that a couple of times over the next few hours. Okay, so it's been about an hour. You can see some stuff is kind of lightened up a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and do another coat of paint on here, or not paint, another coat of Salon 40. Wanna make sure any spots that are real dark at this point, you wanna make sure to coat them real heavily just to be sure that they're gonna get enough of the whitening agent on it. So I'm just gonna hit up everything else. Again, just a nice light coat. And we'll let this sit for about an hour or two more. All right, now we're gonna let it sit. I'll probably come back in just a few hours, probably about 2-3 hours, and rinse everything off and call her good. Now, you can do this as many times as you want. The more you coat it, the longer you let it sit, the whiter it's gonna get. I'm not real particular. I just like to have a nice little white look to it. I don't like the real dark spots. So if I come back in a couple hours and this spot isn't lighter here, then I'll probably do another coat and let it sit for another hour or two. Once you rinse it off, it won't be the whitest it's gonna get. When it dries, it's gonna get whiter yet. So keep that in mind too, that this is wet right now with the solution. Once you do wash it, it will get lighter as you wash it. All right, I'm just gonna take and rinse everything off really good. Get all that soap off of there, or all the peroxide Salon 40 stuff. And So we're gonna rinse it off here, and I'll take that sponge right there, and I'm gonna rub everything down, but I can't do that with only one hand. So I'll come back here in a minute after I get it all washed out. So here's what it looks like when it's all washed up. Now it'll take about an hour or a couple hours to dry or so, and all these darker spots will whiten up, and it'll brighten up quite a bit once it's dry. So after it dries, I'll let it sit for a day, and then I'll come back tomorrow and I'll hit up with a clear coat and seal it up good, and that'll be it. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Please hit that like button down below and hit that subscribe button as well. I try to post a video every few days to give you different tips and tricks, things that I've learned along the way that made my life easier, and like to share them with you. So thanks again for watching, and we'll hope to see you in the next video.